is a time where you just have more time than usual. So if there's anything that you want to fulfill, like any business building that you want to do, this is the time to do it because you have more time.
This podcast is all about authentic conversations. It's all about growth, love, respect, success, mind, body, and spirit. If you're looking to grow and expand in your life and become your authentic self, this is the podcast for you. Hi, you guys. Welcome back to AuthenticTalks. I'm really excited because today I have Tara Hayes joining us, who is the author of From Rational to Irrational. She provides us with a couple of tips on how she's been doing and moving forward throughout this COVID-19 time, and also gives us an update on what she's been up to. So stay tuned. You guys don't want to miss this show. Hi, Tara. Welcome back to the show. I'm excited to have you.
Hi, Shanta. I'm excited to be back. Thank you for inviting me.
The author of
From Irrational to Rational, 15 Natural Ways to Reduce Anxiety.
I was like, she wrote this book. I know she can give us some tips and help us, and there's a lot going on, and this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so I wanted to definitely have you come back and shed some light, and we can talk a little bit more. So how have you been dealing with the effects of COVID-19?
I've actually been doing pretty well with it, and the funny thing is, I live in New Jersey, where the numbers are like extremely high. We have over 154,000 cases right now. So when it first started, I'm not going to lie, I did have a little anxiety about it because I was like, oh my goodness, it's in my township. So then it worried me a little, but now it's like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everything that I have to do to protect myself. I'm going to wear the mask. I'm going to sanitize my hands. And I also took an extra step where I take things to align my immune system. So I actually take vitamin D. Like I heard that a lot of the cases are linked to vitamin D deficiencies. So I started taking vitamin D. I also take a herbal supplement called astragalus, which is an antiviral. I also do the sea moss. So with all that stuff that made peace in my mind. I'm like, okay, you're doing a thing. So, you're fighting against it, even if it were to come, even if you were to be faced with it. So
what are the milligrams of the vitamin D that you're taking?
I think it's 1,000 IU. So that's what it says on there. It's vitamin D3 and it's 1,000 IU.
I did hear about that as well, that those were some of the things that you could take. And that sea moss is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. What do you think are some of the benefits that have come out of COVID-19?
Some of the benefits is that you actually get more time to spend with your family. Like my niece and my nephew are home because they don't have school. So I get a chance to actually work with them and help them with their schoolwork. And also my sister is home as well because her job is closed. So, just having more time to spend with them and to spend with my parents. And also this is a time where you just have more time than usual. So if there's anything that you want to fulfill, like any business building that you want to do, this is the time to do it because you have more time to actually get those things in order. So I think that's a benefit of the virus.
What do you think our new norm will be for our society?
Well, I think a lot of people are going to still avoid crowds. Like for one thing, I'm not ready to get back into a crowd. I was supposed to go to a concert next month, but it's been pushed back. So I'm thinking like, oh, how am I going to feel when I go into a crowd? So I think a lot of people are going to be conscious of that. A lot of people may even still continue to wear the mask because of that. I think a lot of people just still aren't trusting with everything that's went on with it. And they say that the virus isn't going to go anywhere. It's going to be like the flu, I guess. And more people, I guess at one point people were dying from the flu. I mean, people still do, but the numbers have went down. So I think it's just really accepting that the virus isn't going to go anywhere, but we're going to find a way to actually keep it in order so it won't affect and demise as many people as it has.
Here in Arizona, I noticed one of the benefits for us in this state has been that our baskets are now being sanitized.
Mm-hmm.
And when we go to the grocery store, they're now cleaning all of the area where you swipe your card.
Right.
And so that's something that I feel they should have been doing all along.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the things that I hope that we keep as we move back into our new norm. I want that to be part of it that we keep.
Yeah, I've seen that done as well. I think some of the stores around here have people come in overnight and clean all the baskets, clean all the carts and all the areas. So I agree. I would like to see that continue, but I just don't know if it will. I mean, I could see it continuing maybe like a year or so after, and then maybe people think, oh, we know the virus is under control. We don't have to do this anymore. Some people might not make it a habit, but that would be nice if it would continue that way.
If you go to Walmart, they had this little thing in the front of their store where you could get some wipes or the sanitizers and wipe your basket down before everything started. But I just noticed that now they're literally like spraying them outside and just doing different things, So I absolutely hope that they do keep it. For you, you have your book, and is it still a downloadable?
Yes, it's still a digital copy. I'm looking into actually getting some copies printed, but as of right now, still a digital copy. Whoever doesn't have like a Kindle or anything, they could still just download the Amazon Kindle app for free.
And that's where they can get it on Amazon.
Yes.
What else have you been up to since the last time that we had you on the show?
So since the last time I was on the show, I decided that I wanted to build a brand around the book. So I actually decided to take up life coaching. And
Yay!
so
I love it.
Yeah, so I figured I had this message to get out to people, as many people as possible. So I was like, well, what can I pair it with? What can I pair my authoring with in order to get my message out there? So I was like, well, it was like a no-brainer to do life coaching. So I've been doing that, and it's been good. It's, it's a journey. I'm learning as I go. And I've also been doing a marketing course as well, which shows you how to put your offer together and everything. So I'm in the middle of that right now. And along with the life coaching course, I actually built a Facebook group, and and that was one of the things that I was fearful to do, because I'm like, well, what can I do in a Facebook group? Like, how am I going to keep them entertained? How am I going to keep them engaged? But the funny thing is when you stop thinking about what you can't do and start seeing what you can do, stop saying I can't, you'll realize the things that you can do. The Facebook group I started a couple weeks ago, and I've got good engagement with it, and I'm just keep going. I'm learning as I go, and I'm more confident with it. I'm able to post to it every day. That's one thing. I've been more consistent with it, and I'm just having a good time with it, and I'll see where it goes. It's actually called, the name of it is the Bomb Ass Mindset Tribe.
I love it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get, there's people with anxiety in there, so I'm trying to get them to realize that, even though you have anxiety, you can have a bomb ass mindset. It's something you can develop. Don't let anxiety stop you there. So
that's so cool. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
That is awesome. And do you still have your Instagram page as well?
Yes, I still do. It's YOURGURL_TARA.
Thank you so much, Tara, for joining me today on our pod snack. That's what we call these. It's a good snack, good stuff. And I'm sending you tons and tons of positive energy regarding starting your Facebook group, your Instagram, your book. When those copies they come out and they're printed, let us know, and then I
sure will
make an announcement on the show, or you can come back. Either way, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure, Shanta. Thank you so much.
You definitely have to let me know when you start that book number 2. Tara, thank you so much for joining me. That was really awesome. I always enjoyed talking with Tara. I also have another surprise for you guys, which is Taquala, who was also on season 1, and she attended A&M College in Alabama. Now she's located in South Carolina due to COVID-19, where she will continue her college education. So coming up next is Taquala. Hi, Taquala. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to have you join me again on Authentic Talks. I'm excited that you're able to share some information with our listeners on what they can do as far as staying mentally healthy.
Yes, I'm excited, and thank you for having me again. So far as staying mentally healthy in general, I just try to focus on my self-care aspect, what I'm taking in, try to make it more so positive, and keeping track on what I could be doing, whether that's going for a walk, taking notes on how I'm feeling. And during this pandemic, of course, staying safe and not raising my fear factor of like, am I going to get sick? Am I going to, catch this virus? But more so focusing on the positive aspect of what can I be doing to keep that prevention low, as far as wearing my mask, keeping whether you do have gloves or sanitation and all of that great stuff that's in place for us to stay safe.
How does it feel in South Carolina? The new norm now? Does it feel like everyone is like participating with the safety measures?
No, everybody is not. Like you go downtown, it's really crowded. Now people are not wearing masks. Everything is back open. People is out and about regularly. You have some people that wear masks, like myself, and do take it seriously. But overall, people are back into the swing of things like what COVID, like nothing is going to happen to them or something.
I know for the first time I actually went out to a restaurant. They're wearing masks. They actually do not allow the restaurant to get to 100% capacity. It's only at 40. How do you think that we can push past the effects that COVID-19 has had? Now, I know it sounds like in South Carolina, they already pushed past it in a different
Yes.
way. But for most of the United States, not everyone is. Here in Arizona, we're not at 100% norm yet.
Right, and no state should be, but to try to just help push past that, like I said, just focus on the things that are in place to protect you and not take those things for granted. If you are have access to a mask, whether it's from work, take a couple of masks and give them to somebody that you know likes to be out and about. Sanitation and making sure that everything is clean where you at, especially in your home. And staying up to date with news, but not like, I want to say stay up to date with news because you want to know what's going on inside of your state, but also not allowing it to like scare you or fear you away. If you do want to go out to eat, or if you do want to go shopping and get outside, that's okay, but to always take those precautions on how to go about things and not just act like everything is back to normal. Yeah.
Well, one of the things that happened during COVID-19 is the baskets are being washed. They're now cleaning the area where you swipe your debit card and where you sign. And I want them to continue that.
Yes, even after I think this is technically
Over.
all over. Right. Like keep the same sanitation going because we need it. You never know what's going to happen after this pandemic. Yes, so I do have a podcast. It's called Beyond Beauty, Health, and Self, and it's spelled all the way out. And it's just like my Instagram I have for Beyond, but on Instagram it's just Beyond BHS. And so they're both in pertaining to, and my focus is always on mental health, but my focus group is for the Black community and focus on mental health and raising awareness and being a strong advocate for mental health for our community and just pushing out great content, raising those conversations and getting people aware of their mental health and making it a priority. So yeah, those are the two ways you can listen in through my podcast, or you can always scroll through Instagram on the Beyond page as well.
It's on Spotify.
Oh, yes. It's on Spotify, Google Play, on many platforms, but I know those are the two main ones for sure that I get people listening in on is Spotify and the Google Play.
All right. Sounds good.
To everybody that's listening in on your great podcast, to just stay safe and sanitary and remove those risk factors of you getting this COVID virus, and yeah, just to stay safe.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for having me.
Taquala, congratulations to you again, girl, for getting that podcast started. I am really proud of you as well. Ladies, thank you both so much for being a part of Authentic Talks, and I look forward to you guys joining me again where we could have a panel sometime in the future. You guys don't forget, June 1st, season 2 premieres, and you don't want to miss season 2. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't have to miss a show. And a reminder to be safe out there. And you guys don't forget to check out both ladies on Instagram, Facebook, also on Amazon as well. Thank you again for tuning in. I'm Shanta with AuthenticTalks. Yay, you guys! June 1st. I'm excited. June 1st. Tune in.
To everybody that's listening in on your great podcast, to just stay safe and sanitary and remove those risk factors of you getting this COVID virus.
Even though you have anxiety, you can have a bomb-ass mindset. It's something you can develop.